E aí, pessoal, bem-vindos ao canal Amigo Gringo. Vocês entendem conversas em inglês? Conversas naturais, conversas como americanos falam? Hoje vamos ver, vamos fazer um teste. Porque é hora de fazer outro vídeo para Cambly, essa plataforma que conecta você com professores de inglês 24 horas por dia, 7 dias por semana, mas vai ser diferente dos outros. Talvez vocês tenham visto os vídeos em que eu falo com professores, vou colocar o link aqui e ao final do vídeo, mas hoje vai ser diferente. Vou falar com minha amiga Caroline. E vai ser uma conversa totalmente normal. Vocês sempre falam que adoram os vídeos em que eu falo com Eric e falamos francamente, como se a câmera não estivesse aí. E isso é o que eu vou fazer com Caroline. Provavelmente vamos falar da filha dela, vamos falar da minha vida aqui profissional, vamos falar de um amigo gringo, vamos falar do México, da comida, não sei. Vamos ver o que acontece. E o teste é se vocês entendem bem ou não. O vídeo tem legendas em inglês para quem quer uma pequena ajuda e tem legendas em português também para quem precisa disso. Mas pode tentar primeiro para fazer um bom teste sem o inglês, ver se vocês entendem uma conversa totalmente normal entre dois americanos. Mas antes disso, eu vou falar rapidamente do Cambly. Cambly, como vocês sabem, é uma plataforma que conecta você com professores de inglês 24 horas por dia, 7 dias por semana. No instante, os professores são todos falantes nativos. Você pode escolher o sotaque se você quer aprender de um inglês ou de um americano. E para quem não consegue entender essa conversa hoje, eu não consigo entender perfeitamente, você pode falar para esse professor de Cambly: eu preciso melhorar a conversa, eu não consigo entender americanos quando falam. Ou talvez você vai entender toda a conversa e aí você pode trabalhar em outras coisas, coisas de gramática, coisas de phrasal verbs. Se vocês querem testar o Cambly, vocês podem receber 15 minutos de graça usando o código conversando ou usando o link na descrição que te leva diretamente para o Cambly. Agora vamos falar com a Caroline.
Hey, Seth.
Hey, Caroline. Good to see you. It's been quite a long time.
It has. You've been traveling and busy.
Well, I should say we haven't talked in a long time, but I am, of course, on your WhatsApp group for Anais, which is very adorable. How is she?
She's doing great. She's 1.5 now.
Oh my God. How old was she when I visited you?
Weeks
Oh
old.
my God. In fact, are you in the room that I slept in? Are you in your guest room?
I am in my office / guest /, now her play area in the afternoons.
Ok. Hey, posso interromper por um momento? Eu notei algo que ela falou. Ela falou office / guest room / play area. A gente usa muito /, ou seja, barra, né? Para em conversa bem informal. Até pode ser como uma piada, e ela estava meio brincando aí, falando de quantos usos tem esse lugar. Se estou com um amigo, a gente está passando por o lugar onde eu pratico yoga, eu poderia dizer tipo, estamos passando meu estúdio de yoga / câmara de tortura. And what's that name you guys have for your play area?
Ludoteca.
Ludoteca, that is a crazy word.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from. And, I had a daughter in Mexico, so there's a lot of new words that I'm learning.
Oh, I forgot to mention, you may be aware that we are recording this and people might be watching. So can you say hello to Brazil for me?
Hi, Brazil.
And so we should just, so everyone understands, you are Puerto Rican and you're from New York, and your husband Max is Peruvian, and you guys met where?
In the U.S. I was working on the Obama campaign, and he was living there because he went to college there and stayed there.
I got it.
And he had volunteered on the campaign too, so we met.
Oh, so how is he? How's his work?
He works for a lighting company based in the U.S. It says stadiums, airports, ports, the massive lights. And so here in Mexico, he's focused on stadiums, a lot of conversion to LEDs, but also new stadiums because in addition to football, American soccer, they increasingly are playing lots of American football and baseball here. So there's lots of stadiums everywhere.
So just at the same time that in the United States, people are playing less American football, like parents are not letting their kids play. in Mexico, people are playing more American football. It's
Yeah,
kinda
yeah, yeah.
weird.
They haven't gotten the concussion memo yet.
So how's Anais? She's in school, or school as I
Yeah.
like to call it.
She's in little school. She's in Montessori.
But in any case, I know this from growing up in Boston with some children of immigrants. Anais will speak with a Mexican and not a Peruvian accent for sure, right?
Probably.
Actually-
Probably, especially because in Mexico City in particular, there's tons of slang. Like when I got here, I didn't understand lots of Spanish things that they were saying. So she's probably going to have like all that language, especially as a kid. Something that's awesome is padre.
Ah, padre. You know, that actually reminds me,
Ah.
because my first place I ever studied Spanish was in Mexico, and I was there during Father's Day, and I remember the ad was "Que padre el Día de los Padres." That was the big, that was the ad,
Exactly.
and I remember that from 26 years ago still. And so, what is she doing in school? I remember I saw on our WhatsApp group her doing all kinds of patriotic things. What was that?
Yeah, they had Mexican independence recently, and they celebrate it with Mañanitas Mexicanas, which is the singing of the patriotic song.
Did you remember doing any of this patriotic stuff in school when you were a kid in the U.S.?
When I was really little, like elementary school, I think we did the Pledge of Allegiance, but later on, I don't think that they do that in school anymore.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Yeah, I think they. Believe me, I think they do in some states. It's
They do?
definitely not illegal. The only thing that is questionable is whether you can say force people to say "under God" in the middle of it.
Wow.
One nation under God, indivisible.
One nation, under God, indivisible.
You know, it's actually interesting because I didn't have any patriotic. There was nothing we did in school that was patriotic. And July 4th, our independence is not during school. It's during vacation. But it's weird because, as the Brazilians will tell you, we seem to be like the most patriotic country on earth. Like, people are perceived as being so patriotic. Like, there's flags everywhere and people are always talking about how great America is and stuff like that. But maybe we don't really learn that in school. Before we run out of time, I need to ask you, because people will ask you if I don't ask you, have you been to Brazil? And if so, where did you go and what did you think?
Yes, but unfortunately, so long ago, I have to go back. I went after finishing graduate school, so a while ago. I traveled, well, really through Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, and then up to Brazil. But I went to Foz do Iguazu, to Florianópolis,
Wow.
Curitiba, Sao Paulo, and Rio.
By the way, like when you got out of graduate school, that was not so long ago. We already knew each other.
Yeah, no, but we've known each other for a while.
I know, it's sort of depressing considering considering it's hard to believe considering how young we both look, and I stress
Absolutely.
both. You don't look a day over 25, and
But
I don't
knew
look a...
you when you didn't have any gray hair, Seth.
Ok, vocês notaram que eu falei I stress both, ok? Ou seja, enfatizo os dois, porque obviamente ela parece muito novinha e eu nem tanto. Então foi uma forma de brincar, tipo, nós dois parecemos bem novos. A gente usa muito isso, não se confunda, não é stress como você está estressado, é stress tipo eu enfatizo o seguinte. Bem informal, muito usado. Kind of nice looking though, don't you think? At least
No,
I
it's nice,
still
it's
have
nice.
it. I gotta ask, what did you like best about Brazil?
I mean, it was beautiful. The land, you know, was so vast. It was really hard to understand people. Like I had studied, I had studied some Portuguese before.
The Brazilians can understand Spanish a lot more than Spanish-speaking people can understand Portuguese.
So how's your book launch going?
Oh my God, my book launch, you mean for this book right here, Rediscovering Travel, A Guide for the Globally Curious, available from Norton Books and on Amazon, including this website right here, where you can order either directly from the US or from Brazil, right? Is that the book you're talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah, coincidentally. It's coming out on November 13th, and there's a big
Nice.
launch party planned at my friend Susan Shapiro's house. I will not reveal publicly when and where it is, but I should say
It'll be hot.
that for people who are in New York, November 15th, Park Slope Barnes & Noble.
And so how's your love life?
Well, let me tell you, I have some very interesting stories to tell. The first one you're not going to believe. Oh, but look, we totally ran out of time. This video, I got to end the video now, and I know you have to go. So it's been great talking to you.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this, and I will hopefully.
Come visit soon.
I would love to. I definitely will after this book craziness is over. Ah, boa. Craziness. Você pode dizer isso quando algo está totalmente louco, totalmente maluco. A situação é. Você pode falar, what is this craziness here? É uma palavra que é muito comum em linguagem formal, mas se a gente usa, um sinônimo seria insanity. This is such insanity.
Cool.
Alright,
Kisses.
bye.
Besitos. Bye.
Ok, vocês gostaram? Entenderam tudo? A metade? Mais ou menos? Um pouquinho? Não importa o que seja seu nível de inglês, se vocês querem praticar por 15 minutos com um professor totalmente de graça, é só ir para esse link na descrição e testar o Cambly, ok? E como mencionei rapidinho lá na conversa, 15 de novembro no Park Slope Barnes Noble aqui em Nova York, vou apresentar meu livro. Se você está em Nova York, passa lá, falar um oi, me dar um abraço e comprar meu livro.